come to you live this morning from Studio 700. Running about 5 minutes behind our normal start time this morning. So I had some things going on after boot camp and had to do some things to assist clients. So that took precedence. Why is the question there? See, and that's where we're going to lead right into today's why. Why would I start the show 5 minutes late? Because I had some things to attend to instead of saying, hey, gotta go, gotta do something. Right, you would think that's the way to do it. Well, my thing is to deliver to our friends, our followers, our watchers out here, to deliver to you the best we can. But that also carries over into other sides of what we do in delivering one-on-one, to somebody who is, we've got to handle something for them at the studio initially after boot camp is the reason why. Why would I do that? Because we serve our people. And that's what I would imagine that you're doing in your businesses or at your work or in your families. You're serving the people around you. That's why you're the type of person who's going to jump on a show like this and go, let me learn how to do better in whatever it is I'm doing, whether it's my business, whether it's my personal life, my family life, my career, whatever it is. How do I take it to the next level? And that's why I want to talk to you today. And I know I talk about this a lot, and that's the power of why. But this is why I want to get into using that power of why, because the power of why is what drives us at our spiritual level, our gut level. We use our brains very analytically, and our brains are designed for fight, flight, survival. It's a very old mechanism. It's like comparing a brick phone to an iPhone. The very old mechanism is important to make the phone call, important in an emergency, and really something that was great at the time to jump in and create something new that was useful. But look at an iPhone now. It's an office in your hand. It's an office in your pocket. You can play games on it. You can use it for fun. You can use it for business. You can use it to connect. You can use it to calculate, whatever it is. So I'm not here to sell you on using an iPhone this morning, but I'm talking about that spiritual level is where the power of why jumps in as opposed to the analytical of what you should do. This is what drives you because you want it as much as you want to take your next breath. It'll keep you going through the tough times. So whenever you're going to ask, what it takes to succeed, I think the biggest thing is recognize and find your power of why. Why am I doing this? What is my purpose? And that will give you more than the logistics of figuring it out and going, okay, this is what I want. This is what I'd like to do. If you go, this is what I want to do, and this is what drives me, and, bam. Got an interesting story. One of our biggest therapies tends to be smoking with people because it's one of the harder things to kick. So you'll be tooling along with somebody and talking to them. They're like, well, I should do one of those smoking therapies, but I'll get to it, and I'm going to quit, and I'm going to do this and that. And one day they show up at my door, going, I've got to do this, and I got to do this now. And it's like, oh, what happened? Did you go to the doctor? No. My little girl said to me the other day that she doesn't want me to die. Or my son said to me, he doesn't want me to die. And I'm going, what do you mean? I'm not dying. Oh, yeah, you are. Why are you smoking? And you're like, oh, no, 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 no. And then it dawns on you that, yes, you do have a purpose greater than yourself for your children. In this example, that, yeah, sooner or later, that smoking that cigarette is going to take your life away from not only you, which is painful enough, but it's in the future, so it might not be immediate. But the thought of hurting your child, the thought of your child going, gosh, I'd still have mom or dad if I had not smoked and they lost you early, that's the kind of power of why I'm talking about. Or if you get in a business, take Lee Iacocca, for instance. When, I don't know if you guys know the story, he turned Chrysler around, but do you know why? Do you know what really went on behind the scenes there? wasn't that he's like, oh, I can turn this around, I'm all juiced to do it. It's because Ford fired him. And when Chrysler came to him, and there's a longer story than this, but in the gist of it, when Chrysler came to him and said, hey, do you want to come do this? He wasn't sure. Till his wife said to him, well, I'm sure Mr. Ford would like the fact that you don't think you're up for the challenge. The pain of him getting fired and the why to prove him that Ford lost an amazing asset was what drove him to really take on Chrysler. Look what happened there. I mean, it was a great comeback. But anyhow, I want to get into the training this morning because I know you guys got limited time in the morning, you got stuff to get to, so I want to give you something you can use today. The key to these is something you can use today. Not next week, not next month. You can use it then too, but let's get into something you can use today. So let's talk about how you're going to use this power of why in today's world today. All right, first off, you got to focus on what you want. When you decide what you want, you're cutting off from any other possibility if you really resolve and decide on something. So focus on what it is you want. Figure something out, write it down, put it on paper. It's okay to still use paper. You can use your notepad on your phone and stuff, but sometimes it's okay to put it on paper and then put it in. What's the greatest thing in the world is the new iPad Pro with the pen. Wow, you can draw diagrams and everything else. But anyhow, again, I can tend to be an Apple fan when it comes to the pads and phones, and I still use a PC. So I love them both. But I'm not here to do a commercial for Apple. But what I am saying is get it out. Get down what you want. But then the most important part after that is step B of one here is focus on why. Why do I want this? In the training video, you're going to see an example that I give that's pretty impactful. It gives you the concept of why and how it's so important when you assign the why to it. You can want something and you can know what it is, but if you've got a breathing, pushing desire, like you want it as bad as you want to take your next breath, like it is the ultimate win or lose situation, like in the example that I'm going to give you in the training video later on. By the way, that post will be out after 9 this morning. But that will give you a concept of understanding why you want something so badly. You got to want it so bad that it burns. And you got to have that why, like for your children. Let's use a quick example. If somebody says to you, I want you to do 100 push-ups, and you go, well, why? I'm not really in the mood. Well, you'll get a little fitter or you'll look good. Okay, maybe. All right, that sounds good. If somebody puts a gun to your kid's head and says, do 100 push-ups or I'm shooting your kid, you'd find a way to do 100 push-ups, wouldn't you? These are the power of why. Do you see the difference there in the why? The why of, oh, I should do 100 push-ups because it'll get me in shape. Or the, oh my God, if I don't do this, I'm going to lose something. Or, hey, I'll give you $1 million if you do 100 push-ups. Even if you don't do them all at once, if you got to take a couple breaks, I'm going to give you $1 million if you do push-ups. I guarantee you, no matter how you think you can't do 100 push-ups, you'd find a way. That's the focus on the power of why I'm talking about. You got me on that? That's the kind of power you need to put behind it. So, number 2, plan it out, reinforce it with the power of why. You got to make a plan, guys. You can decide what you want, you can know why you want it, and if you don't know how you're going to get there, it's not going to get you there. So make the plan, but make sure why is part of that plan. At each stage of the plan, why are you doing this? Why? What is it giving you? What is that why? What's motivating you through it? Who are you doing it for? Remember, we will do more for others and the people we love more than we will do for our own selves. So we got that. Put it into action. Use that why to fuel the action. It's like if you go to start your car and there's no fuel in it, guess what? You can have the greatest plan in the world to win that race if you're a race car driver, but if you got no fuel, you're not going anywhere. So there it is. Fuel up your gas tank. Fuel up your fuel tank. Fuel up your race car with the power of why. And then review it. See how it's working. Make adjustments as necessary. And keep that why there. Why are you making the adjustment? Because somebody said I should? Or are you doing it because it's driving you? Because you've got a reason why to do it. Welcome everybody who's on board today too, guys. I do see you're on there. I know we've got limited time this morning, so I acknowledge you all. Thank you so much for being on board on, and make sure that you do get the training video in. It'll be live on the site after 9 this morning. And then make sure you celebrate your whys. Celebrate your wins, your what you've gotten, what success you got, but also celebrate the why. Let that be something that becomes a part of you. You know, I stepped up and did this for my kids. I stepped up and did this for my spouse. I stepped up, love you too, honey. I stepped up and did this for society as a whole. You know, why am I doing these videos? In a nutshell, because I want your life to be better. I want to let you know what I've got to offer you out here as a coach, but I really want to see the world become a better place. And I'm not doing the kumbaya bullshit of, oh, everybody should just get along and sing and dance. And it's not going to happen. There's always going to be factions. There's going to be daily life and stress. What I'm asking for the outcome of this, why I'm doing this, is for people to gain a greater understanding of each other, a dang greater understanding of yourself, so you know your behavior and how it comes across and how you're affecting people, and give you purpose for a world that would be better. If everybody contributed a little bit every day, if everybody did something, if everybody understood interactions with each other and how our own mind, body, spiritual connection works, and everybody followed some basic 10 rules, just saying, you know what I'm talking about, um, the world would be a greater place. So this is really my mission, is why, to make the world a better place. It's not going to be a perfect place, but if you gain some understanding, you start your Monday out a little bit better. I give you a tool that helps you, and it helps you do something greater through the week and helps you find purpose, and it rolls down and goes to somebody else and vice versa. We got a better place. We got a better world. If we can make one person's day better each day, that makes one person, that makes one person, it has a scrolling effect. And again, I'm not giving you the kumbaya, sit in a circle. I mean, that works for some people. I think it'd be fun. But I'm not giving you that, you know, everything's okay. You just got to sit there and focus. No, there's going to be a lot of challenges, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to take on challenges. We're going to know why we're taking on challenges. We're going to create something better for ourselves, the people we love, the people we're in business with, the people we work with, and the world as a whole will get better the more understanding we have of how this operates, how this operates, and how this operates. Makes sense, guys? So thank you for spending time with me this morning. This is exciting. Make sure you check out the training video, check out the website.